It's that time of the year. Welcome to Highway 34 Connections on the road to WrestleMania 40 with coverage, news, and more.
Thank you for watching Highway 34 Connection. Today's podcast will begin shortly.
Highway 34 Connection is a podcast where a trio of friends who have become brothers sit down and discuss random topics, or even break down a bracket and even discuss American sports and news. Now sit back and relax as we give you our thoughts and honest opinions on the topics at hand. Once again, thanks for picking Highway 34 Connection.
The following podcast may use videos, pictures, news articles, and even audio from another channel. Highway 34 Connection doesn't own the rights to those. We will shout out who or where we get them for the podcasts. They own the copyrights, not us here at Highway 34 Connection. Please remember that all of our podcasts are unscripted, unfiltered, and unedited. Podcasts we do are pro wrestling talk, where we discuss the world of pro wrestling and give spoilers.
Talking football, where we talk about the current season of the NFL, XFL and USFL, where we give our thoughts on each week of gameplay. We also give our predictions on what teams will win each game.
Conspiracy theories, we sit down and talk about conspiracy theories and why we think something is real or just a theory.
Let's chat it up. This is a podcast where we just talk about random topics here on the channel. We could talk about anything, so please be warned, our podcasts are intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome to Highway 34 Connection.
Well, we were all here. Anywho, welcome to another episode of Highway 34 Connections Pro Wrestling Talk. I am Chief, joined as always with Insidious, and today we have Ghost.
Somewhere.
So with that said, we're going to get right into last night's Royal Rumble. First thing I'm going to say, if you've been a fan as long as we have, you could have guessed the way that everything was going to end last night.
I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, the entire event, I was overall disappointed. There's a few things that were like, oh shit. But we'll get into that here in a minute. Last night was the, I want to say 37th, but that doesn't sound right. Anywho, was the Royal Rumble in at Tropicana Field. They're saying they had an attendance record of 48,044. Starting from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA Wrestling were all in attendance. So we're going to start with the very first match, was the Women's Royal Rumble.
I'm kind of glad you brought that. We're starting there, because I was shocked with how many Impact TNA wrestlers were actually in that match. And I was really shocked they held their own in there.
Only one is from Impact or TNA.
I thought two of them were.
Nope, Trinity re-signed with WWE over the course the last couple of days.
Okay, so that explains that one.
And then if you're talking about the 6-footer that eliminated Nia Jax, she's been signed to WWE for a while.
No, the other one that was in there.
The Champ?
Michael Cole cracked me up. She's got muscles in places no one ever heard of.
Or, what was it? Was it Pat or was it Corey that said call the cops?
I think that was Pat McAfee.
But Pat McAfee did return right at the beginning. That was kind of funny for the second year in a row at the Rumble.
You know, I thought was funniest the most, though, was that poor girl that kept getting squashed.
Oh, Chelsea Green?
Yeah, I felt so bad for Chelsea.
I'm Insidious. That is the wife of Matt Cardona.
I feel sorry. Well, if he was watching, he had to have been cringing. Poor Chelsea was just getting, yeah.
She got her ass beat. Let's just put it point blunt.
Who ended up eliminating her anyways? Because I lost that part.
I think it was one of the powerhouses. I think it was either
I may have been
Jade or
Jade.
Naya. I think it was either Jade or Naya.
I'd say one of them. I'm gonna say I didn't get to see that part. I was actually on lunch when I started watching it. But when Liv returned, I was hoping she was going to take it. That didn't happen.
Well, I knew Liv. If Liv would have won, it would have made sense. She can use her Royal Rumble victory to go after the woman that put her on the shelf. But at the same time, I didn't think they were going to give it to someone that hasn't been around.
Yeah.
And honestly, though, how often in our group chat does somebody keep saying, "Oh, great, this guy returns," and they're just going to give him the shot? How often do we see somebody in our group chat always complain about that?
Yeah, it happens every time, but we're not going to get into that right now.
Well, no, we are going to get into that because you guys are talking about giving it right to Liv Morgan, and I'm thinking, yeah, but if you do that, then you guys are hypocriticking exactly what you guys always complain about. Hey, someone returns, let's just give it right to them.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
No, but a couple people in that said chat said they wished it did. So I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, but that completely contradicts about
what I said.
Not
no, he's probably going what Show and I said, but
well, would I have wished Liv would have won it? Yes, it made sense. She had the upper hand. Most generally, you come in at 30, you have a better shot.
30 usually doesn't win. Usually the 27 slot usually wins, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she had a good shot, and Liv is a pretty good wrestler. So I had money on Liv when I seen Liv came back. And then
personally,
I'm not going to say Bailey doesn't earn it because Bailey does fucking earn it.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to say this. I'm not completely on the Liv Morgan bandwagon just quite yet. I mean, she's talented, sure, but is she WrestleMania main event talented? I'm not sure yet.
How many other people have we seen on the WrestleMania roster that we thought were overrated and shouldn't have been there?
That's beside the point. The point is, I just don't think Liv Morgan is ready to be there.
Even backstage, you hear it. I mean, you could look at John Cena. People thought he wasn't talented enough. You heard about Randy Orton.
Oh, don't even get me started.
And we definitely have heard about The Miz. And we've all heard it about The Miz. But one thing we can all agree on was Zack Ryder.
Okay, but I think, and I think they made the right decision letting Bailey win.
I don't.
Bailey, like I said, she actually did earn it. She's earned it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, she earned it, but I don't think they needed her to win it.
I think they do.
Well,
and here's why. It's the one caliber in her career that she's yet to achieve. Two, it helps break. It helps either it can either A, it's the perfect turn. It either A, because we both know what's probably going to happen. Now she can claim she's going to do I'm going to complete Damage Control's legacy by going after Rhea, but we both know something's probably going to happen if she's going to turn on Io, and this could become a full circle for Bailey, where I'm not so sure who'll be the face in this, because even though Damage Control, the three Asians are quote heels, the fans aren't buying it. They're cheering for every single one of them. So I don't know if they're tweeners. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Damage Control as a tweener right now, because the fans were cheering their asses off for Bailey to win that. And so then the question is, well, does she stick with Damage Control and go after Rhea, or does she turn on Damage Control and Dakota. I'm assuming Dakota would join Bailey and go after Io.
And that's what I was thinking. She's going to go after Io. That's what made sense. Because she ain't going to be able to beat Rhea, and she knows it. So she's going to go after Io.
Can she not? Wait. Are you sure she can't beat Rhea? I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
You keep underestimating Bailey. You keep saying, "Oh, she's the weakest of the 4 horsewomen." The only reason why people think that is because she's
Have I ever once underestimated Bailey?
You? No.
I have.
Other people in our chat? Yes. Now, the problem is that
other people in the chat can't sleep with her. That's why they say that. Anywho.
Fair enough. But
other people in the chat ain't in the podcast.
Huh?
And other people in the chat ain't in the podcast.
I can still say it. It's points. But other people throughout social media also say she was the weaker of the 4 horsewomen. But I think the only reason why they say that is because she's the only one that never had a submission move. And I think she needs one, personally. It could be like with her being the hugger in her past, I think she'd be perfect if she used the bear hug or some form of a headlock or a sleeper hold, but that's personally my opinion. I think if she had a submission hold, it would put her up to the next level. Third, and you just got to say you don't think she can beat Rhea. I mean, Rhea, I think she could? Probably not. But at the same time, I think Bailey is always underestimated. She's always, even now, she's considered the underdog. Why are we still calling her the underdog? She is not the underdog anymore. If anything, she's a veteran of the business.
Here's the thing. You also got to look at the company side of it. Rhea selling shirts. Are they going to take that from her? She's the most popular woman as of right now. Are they going to take that from her? No, they're not.
Did I say Rhea loses the title at WrestleMania?
But is Io selling that many? Is Io that popular? So would it make sense from a company standpoint to have her go after Io Sky? Yes.
And she'll lose.
Exactly. She'll lose
to push the match or to have her lose the strap?
To push the Io.
No, Bailey will lose if she faces Io, and I have a theory on why I think she will lose.
If she loses, it'll be to push Io even further to sell more shirts, sell more merchandise, get more money out of Io Sky's name like Rhea.
Well, first of all,
no, I don't think that's the case.
With Vince being even more out than ever because
we'll talk
of
about
the whole
Vince here in a minute.
Yeah, Oh, you want to go to that? I got a whole list of shit I got to talk about that. Okay, but first, on the Theo thing. The problem is that Vince had trouble selling the Asian community in the WWE. Tell me I'm wrong.
Can I say something without you two interrupting me for a minute?
I could debate.
I was just going to answer Insidious's question, and then I'll stop. The whole T-shirt thing is because Vince never knew how to sell the Asian popularity. Triple H does.
Tajiri sold a lot of shirts, made him a lot of money.
Okay, that's one out of how many?
What was it? Jimmy Wang Yang was another one.
He did sell Jack Diddley Doodah.
Actually, if you look it up, he actually did.
He was funny for about 5 minutes, dude. He was the flavor. He was the flavor of the month. He didn't last.
Hey, we gotta get me a referee shirt,
right?
Something.
I'm just saying, he didn't sell. Okay, wow, you got two. You got two out of Vince's long 3 decades. You got any more?
Tonka.
Who?
I think it was Tonka was the other one.
Tonka. Okay, you got 3. Point is, Triple H has sold more in his short tenure of Asians than Vince has throughout his whole career.
Are you hopping on the Asian bandwagon here? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm saying Triple H knows how to sell the Asian community.
And we're not talking about the Asian community right now. We're talking about the Rumble.
Yeah.
So, back to the Rumble.
Io is the champion. She's Asian.
The reason I believe if Bailey goes to Mania and fights Io and she will lose is because right now they're not wanting Io to lose. With them getting ready to launch an NXT in Japan, they want all eyes on a Japanese champion.
Right, that's one reason why they brought Kyrie back. But is NXT
They're not going to
Japan
let her lose at any point until that's up and running, I don't think.
Yeah, but isn't NXT Europe going to be launched before Japan?
I don't know. Right now, all the NXTs are on hold due to the media right deals and everything.
Yeah, for the love of
Just like
Pete.
I don't see Rhea losing next month at the Chamber.
No, it's because they're in her home country.
No,
but what I
can
tell you what I want them to do at the Chamber, but that's you okay?
Yeah. I dropped the bowl.
Okay, but we'll get into that here in a minute. So, Royal Rumble started with Natalya and the return of Naomi, who is now under contract with WWE. I'm just going to run through the quick 30. So it was Natalya, Naomi, Bayley, Candice, Jordan Grace, the Knockouts champ of TNA, Indy Hartwell, Asuka, Ivy Nile, Katana Chance, Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, Tegan Knox, Kaden Carter, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Isaiah Lee, Selena Vega, Maxine Dupree, Nia Jax, Shotzi, Becky Lynch, Alba Fire, Shayna Baszler, Valhalla, Michin, Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez, Jade Cargill made her in-ring debut, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan. So out of those, you saw the return of Naomi and Liv Morgan. And then the shocking arrival of Jordan Grace, which it was rumored out on social media that she was going to be in it anyway. Because I know people are going to want to know. Let me find her name. Nia Jax eliminated 8 people. That is the most in this year's Rumble, Women's Rumble. Bayley, the winner, eliminated 7.
Nice. Go girl.
What year was it that we went to the Rumble in St. Louis, babe?
2021? No. Was it the year we got married?
I think it was after.
22. I think it was 2022.
Is there some in front of the TV?
Pikachu?
In our room. Or then. Now I'm wanting to compare something. Give me just a second. So when Mickie James was the TNA champ, she lasted 11 minutes 40 seconds, got 1 elimination. Jordan Grace was in it for 19 minutes and 10 seconds with no eliminations.
Okay.
So who knows who will be in it for next year and if they'll get elimination or be longer. So with Jordan Grace being in it this year and 2 years ago Mickie being in it, do you think, and with Natalya saying she wants to face Jordan Grace and Jordan Grace saying she wants to face Natalya, do you think there's a chance that TNA and WWE could book that dream match at some point down the line?
Possibly. Anything can happen in WWE. We know this.
With Hunter more inclined to break the fourth wall than the $4 billion than Vince was, I think it's a good possibility.
It ain't more about creative. It's about who owns it now. UFC is all about expanding and making things happen.
The Rock's a member of the board, and Vince is out, so you never know what could happen.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about that real quick. I wanted to ask you both this question. So with that being said, does that change things for The Rock and Roman?
From what I've been reading, they're going to wait until after the media deal with Netflix begins to book Rock and Roman, so we might not have it this year.
May not have it at all, is what I'm thinking.
No. Rock already signed a contract to have another match.
They had to have another match. It didn't say with who.
True.
59.
62 already.
Well, yeah, I think there's no filter in it.
Besides, despite what the whole social media thing and the media thing is with Vince, it wouldn't matter either way because even through TKO's statement that even before Vince stepped down and this whole thing came up, Vince never had any control whatsoever in creative. That was all given to Hunter.
All right, so my next question stands. All right. Then the next match. What did you guys think about that?
What match?
The one after the Women's Rumble.
I want to talk about one thing involving the Women's Rumble real quick. Entrance 24, Valhalla, formerly known as Sarah Logan. What did you guys think of her being interrupted by R-Truth?
I thought it was funny as hell. Especially when he looked at the ref and said, "Those are all women in there?" Oh, that cracked me up.
I think it'd have been funnier if he actually went in and then eliminated somebody, or he got thrown, or he got eliminated, and then Pierce said, "Okay, you got eliminated. You're out of your Rumble."
I just thought it was funny when he's like, "You in, you out."
I think so.
He goes, "This is the Women's Rumble." Wait, those are all women in there? Where's Rey Mysterio? I'm like, what? And Rey wasn't even in the damn Rumble.
What am I supposed to do?
Which I thought would have been funny if Rey would have entered and threw Dom over. Would have made my fucking night.
Where's the...
Over here somewhere. Who's getting a phone call?
I am.
Okay. I thought I was just hallucinating for a minute.
Well,
the next match, fatal four-way match for the undisputed Universal Championship.
Can I make the obvious $64,000 question? Why the hell are they still calling it undisputed when you have 2 world titles on a show that's not undisputed? Do they not know what that word means?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to talk about, but I'll say what I'm going to say after we're done with the Rumble, because it's going to tie in with the other situation that I'm going to talk about when we're close to being done.
Well, aren't we skipping the US title?
No, that was after the world title.
Are you sure? Because I could have before the world title.
It went Women's Rumble, Universal title, US title, Men's Rumble.
So why in the hell did they do that? That makes no sense.
Why does it not make sense?
Because the US title, they just put it over the other title. That normally that's a mid-card match.
There's only 4 matches.
It's a mid-card
going to beat
after the Women's Rumble. Is what I'm saying. It's a mid-card match.
They had the Universal title prior to the US title. That way, it can give Roman time to shower, change, and get up in this balcony. Yeah.
Oh boy, let's cater to that fruitcake.
That way, him and Seth could watch the entire Rumble.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, I was looking into why they did it that way, and I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Nobody else has ever had that treatment, and you know it.
Yeah,
I can think of several times that.
I'm wanting to hear it. Go ahead.
Brock Lesnar demanding to go on first.
That
was at a WrestleMania, if I remember right, night 1 of a WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. Triple H done it multiple times when he was a heel with Evolution up in the rafters.
All right, so fatal 4-way for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against the phenomenal, not so phenomenal because he ain't being phenomenal right now, Not so phenomenal. AJ Styles, the Viper, Randy Orton, and L.A. Knight.
I have a question.
Yes.
We're talking about this. What is it with making Roman still look so fucking damn strong?
Well, you're not going to like
it. 6 air shots and plus 1 to the fucking sternum and got up and still did 3 fucking spears.
Yeah, you're not going to like what I'm going to have to tell you.
I don't like it.
When Vince retired before the sale, it was rumored that there was a verbal agreement between him and Hunter not to let Roman drop it until WrestleMania 40. Well, apparently it wasn't so much a verbal agreement. Apparently there is paperwork.
Yeah, and apparently the only people that can decide who Roman loses it to is Roman and Heyman.
There is one other person that can decide when he loses it, but that person doesn't want him to lose it.
I didn't say when. I said who.
Yeah.
So they're going to make him hold on to this thing for another 2 years.
No.
WrestleMania 40 is next month. Is 70 days, dude.
Yeah, well, he'll lose it.
Because you got to think, I'm turning 39 in March. The WrestleMania, for some reason, has to be WrestleMania 40, and I'm still confused when we're the same age.
No, you're not.
Anyway. It just so happened it's
WrestleMania.
Funny.
WrestleMania 1 was in 85. I was born in 85. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Because technically there wasn't a WrestleMania 16. It was WrestleMania 2000.
Still, it's a WrestleMania.
I don't know. Maybe you. I don't know. Maybe you slept on your leap year. I don't know.
Right. So that Fatal 4 match happened exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah, everyone knew.
Roman Reigns defending or successfully defending.
This is what I want to know. The second Solo interfered and did solo things, and then AJ got the chair out. AJ should have beckoned to the back and got his boys out.
Yeah, but they're trying to distance AJ from the Good Brothers and Meechin. And from what I'm hearing, he's supposed to be turning on them soon.
Yeah, because that's a bad idea. So let's do it. Hey, I need help winning the title. It's a fatal 4-way. There's no disqualification. If that Punk Solo shows up, take his ass out. Oh wait, that's a good idea. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, L.A. Knight was trying to get everybody on the same page the whole time anyways about that. We should all just go in and try to eliminate Roman and then take out Solo and then work on each other. But nobody wanted to work that way, except for Randy, but AJ was driving the stake right between all of it. And AJ let his own emotions get to him, and that's exactly what happened again.
Okay.
Yep.
And as far as I'm concerned, we're going to hear
address the elephant in the room. Can I address the elephant in the room, please? When they stacked them on top of each other and they were both laying there, why didn't the ref count? Wouldn't that be technically 2 people pinning each other?
And Roman still would have retained, yeah.
No, Roman was a part of the stack.
No, originally, before Roman got added to the stack, the 2 of them were on top of each other. Orton and Knight, the ref still should have counted then, too.
Right, so then the match would have been stopped, and Orton and Knight would have been co-champions, or they would have to face in a sudden death match or something.
No. When 2 people's shoulders are being pinned at the same time, it's a draw. The champion retains. You know this. Does not matter if the champion is involved in the pin at that point.
No. I remember there was a triple threat match with Triple H, Edge, and somebody that's not allowed to be mentioned. Can we mention it?
I don't give a shit if you mention it in here. Fuck Vince McMahon and the WWE for not mentioning his name.
All right. It was Triple H, Edge, and Chris Benoit. Triple H was the champion. Edge and Chris Benoit. It was a triple threat match. Chris was on his back. He was being pinned. Edge tapped out simultaneously. And
I remember that. I remember
and then Vince, and then Triple H said, "Hey, it's a tie. I get my title." And Vince said, "Fuck you. No, you don't. You lost."
Yeah, it's part of the storyline, but technically, if there's a double pin or a pin tap out, the champion's supposed to retain.
Yeah, but I can think of dozens of times when that doesn't happen, and that's just one off the top of my head.
Yeah. U.S. Roman won. We all knew that was going to happen.
Well, yeah.
United States Championship match ended the same way I figured it would happen. Exactly the way I figured.
You saw a disqualification win.
Yeah, that's exactly how I figured it was going to end.
Honestly, I thought I knew the brass knucks would get involved. I figured, and I kind of figured Logan Paul was going to keep the belt. I did not see
Kevin Owens getting the knucks and getting DQ'd.
I did not see it that way, though. I mean, that was a creative way of doing it. So I actually didn't mind it. I mean, I thought it was good. It was good. Not what I saw, so I was okay. I mean, you guys are talking about the show being disappointing. So far, we've got Bayley winning, which I was okay with. Roman winning, which even though okay is not really the word I want to look at, we knew it was going to happen, so it's not really something we can be disappointed with. And Logan Paul holding on to the title for a couple more months isn't bad because even though he's a part-timer, when he is showing up, he's showing up more than Roman, number one. And number two, he's actually being entertaining with the belt. He isn't, I mean, say what you want about him, he's being entertaining. And last time I checked, the E in WWE is entertainment. So honestly, so far the show wasn't the best Rumble, no, but you know what? It wasn't the worst show either. It had its perks.
No, it didn't.
No, that's just because what you wanted to happen didn't happen. That doesn't make it a bad show.
It made it a horrible show.
Oh, so unless Robbie gets what he wants, it's a bad show.
Hey, it ain't about what I wanted. If you read comments, like obviously you don't, a lot of people said it was trash. So obviously I'm not the only one.
I've read comments. I'm seeing. Nobody is ever 100% satisfied.
Exactly. You read comments and switched it into because a lot of people agree. The last few shows, pay-per-views WWE has done have been nonstop garbage. Argue that you can't. They've been trash.
Hey, Pixie.
What exactly are you guys? What do you want? Like, because they're not bringing the blood back.
There should have been more returns than what there was. Even surprise veterans, there was none. There's just it was all trash.
Saying you would rather
have so many people.
You would rather have somebody come back just to steal a pop and take a spot away from a talented wrestler just to get the pop for 5 seconds.
A talented. You know there was more people in NXT that was on either Raw or SmackDown? So you want to talk about talented?
No, I mean, I'm not saying you don't got a point. I'm just saying that's not the solution.
I know. Your mom's been messaging me. I know. Told her here soon. But you want to get Isaac.
Holding on to the nostalgia is not the answer.
And so, for an instance,
I can't believe I'm saying this, but John Cena just said it in an interview just yesterday, where people would say, "Hey, back in the day, who will be the next Hulk Hogan? Who will be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin?" Now they're saying, "Who will be the next John Cena?" And now people are going to say, "Who's the next Roman Reigns?" How about this? Quit saying who's going to be the next so and so.
It ain't
and
about
start pushing new people.
Well, that's the problem. That's what they're doing. And that's why people are calling it trash. People want to see their favorite wrestlers, not to see a bunch of new ones that they don't even know who the fuck they are.
Well, you know what? 20 years ago, nobody knew who the fuck Stone Cold was. You have to know. You have to give them a chance to get pushed.
But if you're going to do that, bring them on the fucking main roster instead of just on tapings.
What's wrong with NXT?
Why would you push more NXT than your two famed shows?
To give them some story time, to push a third brand. What's wrong with having a third brand?
It's not. I'm using it as an example. That's like saying, okay, we're going to bring TNA wrestlers over no one's ever fucking heard of, and we're going to throw them in there. And do you think the audience is going to pop? No, because they don't know who the fuck they are. And it happened to
they
several
fought
of
for
them.
Jordan Grace last night.
For who?
Jordan Grace, the Knockouts champ from TNA.
That's not true at all.
Exactly. Because they know who she is. That's the kind of what I'm saying when they brought out TNA wrestlers. There was not very much emotion coming off of them. Because half of them I don't even know.
There was only one TNA wrestler.
On the men's side? There was several.
None on the men's side.
I could have swore they had the champion of NXT. They're the tag team champions of NXT enter. Because I could have swore I heard Corey.
You said TNA.
No, I said NXT multiple times.
The only ones from NXT in the men's Rumble were Carmelo.
Carmelo, I like. I do know him. He is fucking good.
Braun Breaker. That's it. Just two. And then the women, you had Roxanne. And that's it from NXT. Oh, and Tiffany Stratton. So yeah, 4 total.
Okay, so I guess what I'm not understanding with the Rumble on why there's so many mixed reviews. I know what mine are, and that is, like I said, you have a whole talented roster on all sides. We haven't seen Sheamus in a while. I figured he would have been in there. Ray would have been in there, knowing his problems with Dom.
Sheamus is due out due to injury like Ray.
Fucking A. So I'm surprised they didn't have Orton re-enter. Even though he just did a match, because it's happened that they run back to back, but that didn't happen either.
Not this year.
So I don't know. And then R-Truth, we know he drew a number, but he didn't even show back out.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, he did. He got eliminated right after. That's probably why I didn't remember it until a glimpse.
He lasted 2 minutes 56 seconds. But yeah.
Hey, Pat McAfee's was the best though. And that was, to me, that was a wasted slot. That was a wasted slot, in my opinion.
Yes. So was Valhalla.
Yes.
All right. So the men's Rumble. It started out with brother versus brother. Jey Uso number 1, Jimmy Uso number 2.
Chief, where's my lottery ticket?
And honestly, in my opinion, I was hoping Jay would have won that shit. With all the shit he's been through, I think he earned it.
Number 1 was Jay, 2 was Jimmy, 3 Grayson Waller, 4 the returning of Andrade El Idolo, 5 Carmelo Hayes, 6 Shinsei Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Carlito, Bobby Lashley, Ludwig Kaiser, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes entered halfway point. Bronson Reed, Kofi Kingston, Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker, Omos returned, Pat McAfee, JD McDonough, R-Truth, The Miz, Damian Priest, CM Punk, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and the return of the prodigal son of the bloodline, Sami Zayn.
You know, I thought for sure Punk was going to have it until he made that statement, and I'm like, yep, he's done.
See, if Punk would have won, there would have been a lot of people that were happy, but a lot of other people that would have been like, what the fuck's he done to earn a shot?
You're right.
Right there.
No, hey, come here.
So in this match,
come here, birthday boy.
The overall eliminations were tied at 4 apiece. Braun Breaker and Cody Rhodes both eliminated 4. In the men's Rumble, the person that was in the match the longest was number 1, Jey Uso, at 50 minutes, 55 seconds.
We have the birthday boy here.
Followed by the potential winner, Cody Rhodes. Happy birthday, Isaac.
Say it.
My birthday.
It's your birthday, you brat. She's birthday for another month.
Hello.
I am shocked, Ghost, that they didn't have Electra Lopez run down to eliminate Selena Vega.
Leave it alone. Stop messing with things. Or you're gonna go back upstairs.
So the Elimination Chamber on the 24th of next month, the day after Ghost's birthday. Perth, Australia. Obviously, Rhea will be going into that as champion. Now, I think it would make sense to have her defend against Indy Hartwell, with the both of them being from Australia.
Just go get your coat on. Here we go. To your birthday party.
You're done?
In just a minute. So go ahead and go upstairs, get your coat on.
We're done talking about the Rumble. You can talk about Vinnie Mac. If you're still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm gonna cut out, guys. I gotta go and pick up a bag of ice and get this little boy to his birthday party.
Oh,
you want us to hold off on talking about Vince until later?
No, you guys go ahead.
Well, kind of wanted you a part of this, huh?
I don't know much about it. I haven't looked into it mainly because it isn't something I really care about.
We can do a part 2 and talk about it later.
I'm gonna say, if you guys want to go ahead, have at it. Like I said, I haven't researched most of it. I've been busy with dealing with work and.
Nope, you got to celebrate your son's birthday. We could end and do it later.
Well, can I just say what I was going to say? Then we can just leave it at that.
Yeah, go ahead.
How much do you think is true, and how much do you think is bullshit?
50-50.
Because here's the thing. I mean, this girl. I mean, I'm not saying don't. I am never going to say you don't trust a victim. I'm not going to say that because that's horrible. One thing to say. But here's the thing. What time? Okay, we just had the merge of two powerful companies, WWE and UFC, to make Endeavor and TKO and all that stuff. And then you got this is the Royal Rumble. WrestleMania is right around the corner. So what is? And now you got the Netflix deal going on. You got this going on, and NXT's trying to expand. So right now, there's a lot of money coming in.
This is what I say about it.
Why now is this being brought up?
This is a lot of questions that I have asked myself 100 times over. Mainly towards a certain president having the same problems, and now Vince. Why now? Why didn't they come forward when it happened? Why did you wait until years later?
And during the time when everyone's trying to make a big paycheck.
Yeah.
I will tell you that I did do some reading that there are investigators that are currently actually talking to women that have been around for over 10 years to see if they've ever been sexually harassed by Vince.
I'm not saying.
You know what's funny about that is because you could go back to the storyline with him and Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
You could go back to the storyline with him and Stacy Keibler. You know what? It's all what is good for TV. And
I'm not saying he hasn't done any questionable things. I'm not going to say that. We all know he probably has. But the thing is that they also pulled Brock. Brock was supposed to return at Rumble. They pulled him out.
He was rumored.
But they also said that he was pulled out.
No, it was rumored.
Yeah, he was rumored to be in it.
And as a rumor, how do you stop a rumor? He was pulled out. He was never actually said it anywhere.
Fine. But nonetheless, he was also implicated in all this.
Yeah, from what I read, he's not even in the United States.
No.
Okay. So
especially when he was just announced for a big UFC fight within the upcoming months.
Right. Well, let's just say this. Let me just say this. The fact that he was implicated, and let's say they did have a plan for him to return to do a WrestleMania thing. I don't know if he did. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you're not just hurting Brock with these allegations. You're hurting whoever it was he was supposed to perchance work with. That way, to help maybe get that person over, give that person a push. So you're not just hurting one person, you're hurting people around him that could also benefit from this. So that's why.
You also got to think, she also named John Laurinaitis.
Yeah, I know that. Vince, John, and Brock were named. I know.
So, and the Laurinaitis has a name, has a.
Hold up. You can call me a liar. According to what I'm reading, Brock was in Florida, but as soon as his plane laid, they told him to go home.
Told ya.
And he was replaced by NXT superstar Braun Breaker.
Yep.
Wow.
Told ya.
Weird.
So everybody Braun eliminated, that's who Lesnar was supposed to eliminate. The way Braun was eliminated, that's how Brock was supposed to be eliminated.
Wow.
Wait.
Well, maybe not, because there is something else that kind of bugs me. And I just want to just say, I mean, and I'm pretty sure nobody really cares because they're just jobbing right now anyway and just being entertaining. But
this sounds like a conspiracy podcast.
We can have conspiracies in wrestling.
I just read was legit that whoever eliminated everything that Braun did was supposed to happen with Brock. That means Dirty Dom would have eliminated Lesnar.
That's funny. And Brock would have hopped back in there and destroyed his ass. We know that.
Boom! F5.
Okay. No, so what I was going to say is that, oh shit! Like the Brock thing. Damn it! Now you got me.
Well, think about what you were going to say because I forgot one thing at the end of the Rumble. Cody pointing at Roman and saying, "I'm coming for you."
That's why I hung that actually. Right there.
Oh, I kind of figured.
Why is that people promoted the
Holiday who be winning?
Say that one more time.
Members
he can't.
Academy, what they're called, Chad Gable, Otis, and Tozawa.
Ghost, I removed you because you keep echoing, so I'm bringing you back in. Give me a second. Are you a robot now?
Shut up.
Yeah.
My voice doesn't sound right.
No, you kept cutting in and out. It had nothing to do with your voice. But try that again.
Okay. Chad Gable, Otis, and Tozawa, the Alpha Academy, whatever, they were supposed to be in the Rumble, and they were not.
Yeah, they got pulled at last minute.
Why promote what you're not going to use?
$1 million question.
That's why it always says card subject to change.
Isaac, you're subject to change.
What?
Huh?
All right, well, I guess we're going to hop off here so Insidious can go celebrate his boy Isaac's birthday. Why don't we have Isaac say goodbye and we'll end it that way?
Want to say bye?
Bye.
Hi, I'm Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
This is the Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.